All right, gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire Challenge on Ohio Richlands. This will be the second to the very last episode of this series before we jump to FS22. Now, today's April. We've only jumped 1 month. I told you we were going to skip a lot of months. We're probably going to skip a month in this episode, more than likely, or maybe, well, more than likely we will skip a month. And then the following episode will probably have a lot of months skipped. The following episode we're going to skip until pretty much every field, well, not even pretty much, until every field is ready to harvest that's remaining. We do have 2 fields to harvest today. One is the one we're currently harvesting right now, which is the cotton field. The other is back there. You can kind of see from here. It's one of the bigger ones that we have. Those are the only 2 that we have to harvest today, and we've already talked about that we're not going to re-drill anything. I've actually already brought a good chunk of the equipment so that I know we're not going to use anymore to the main shop. I haven't sold it yet, but they're all down there. The only thing that's not is we have to do a second application of fertilizer on a couple of the fields that we drilled in the last episode, right? But once that is done, we can sell that today as well. And then, like I said, probably jump to May, sell all the clothes then when we jump to May. And that'll make us a pretty penny. Now, I did go ahead this morning and flip off the, or flip on, I should say, the selling of the hop pellets. So when 9 o'clock hits, we should make a good chunk of money because April is the best time to sell it. I did take a peek already this morning, and it does look like the price is starting to drop right now. So definitely the best time to sell them, and we're going to get them out of there, and it's going to make us a nice chunk of change here. We're almost to 14 million. We still have pretty much everything on auto selling for the most part, with the exception of the clothes and well, the hops were not as well, but they are now. So we're moving along nicely here. I'm thinking by the time we sell, you know, the fields, everything else, the exception of the ones we started with, I think we're going to be sitting what am I trying to say? We're going to be sitting pretty in regard to the amount of money that we're going to make. Now, it's not going to be 100 million. I can tell you that. I mean, unless something crazy happens, which it might, right? It could. We're probably not going to get there. But that's okay. We still had a lot of fun doing this series. Hopefully you guys had fun watching it as well. Some good ideas coming up for FS22. I did see... sorry, gang. I got something going on here in my throat today. I did see that Rusty put out a post that Crest to acknowledge that they are actively in the process of working on a new challenge for FS22, and I will be partaking in it. I don't know what the challenge is yet. With the exception of what they posted, which was just a high level of, you know, not everybody's going to be on potentially the same map. You're going to be picking a map, and then there'll be a challenge in regard to that. So we will see what the full details are. I'll probably know the full details before I, you know, start working on it. But we'll see what the full details are, and we'll take part in that challenge. Looking forward to it. And then we'll see if they come up with anything else. If there's any other challenge that the both of them are doing, or anybody else for that matter. Farmer Mike, Milk That Hen, etc., etc., Josh over at Gaming Joy, whoever, right? If there's any other challenges that come to fruition that seem interesting to us, I will take part in that as well. If not, we will jump into my long list of ideas for FS22. And that's a good thing, right? It's a brand new game coming out. We're going to have plenty of years here to play this game and make sure that we have plenty of time to get the goals, the challenges, whatever it is we want to accomplish done without having to, I wouldn't say necessarily rush. I don't think we've necessarily rushed a whole lot. Maybe this last few episodes of the series maybe a little bit, but we really haven't rushed a whole lot, but maybe you get what I mean. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to get at, or what I mean, I guess. Where we can, you know, take our time a little bit more. So we're going to go around the headland here twice, just to make sure that the worker doesn't have any issues on this one. That typically, though, the harvesting is not the issue. It's always the fertilizer and the spraying. It's just, and for whatever reason, this field and that field over there, they get so damn confused. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but they do. I'm going to go back the opposite way this time, I think. But how are y'all doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Like I said, I got some kind of mucus of some sort stuck in my my throat or my nose or something, so I apologize, but I mean, I was starting to feel better, but I still feel like I'm kind of getting over whatever it was when I was on my flight back from Italy, so who knows. And tomorrow morning I have to wake up and drive 8 hours to Toronto for work, so really excited about that. It is what it is. Now, once we get around this headland here, well, mostly the headland the second time. Once we get up there and we can go this way, I'm going to go ahead and throw down a worker at that point. We'll jump into the other harvester at that point, our main harvester, and we're going to head over here and harvest this field. Now, this field shouldn't take too long to harvest. I believe, is it soybeans? I think it is. Yes, that is soybeans. So soybeans aren't going to be best to sell right now, so that's going to go into our silo, which is fine. What a great series this has been, man. This map is awesome. It feels like home. It is home, basically. Just northern Ohio versus southern Ohio, which is where I live. It's a great map. Great series. Great map. Unfortunately, really, I would have never been able to make that 1 billion, and we're having a hard time right now even making 100 million. So I would have needed another year for sure, and maybe realistically I should have had this series running at two or three times a week versus once a week for most of the, most of the time that we were running this series. It was once a week until the last couple of months here where we've kind of bumped it up. So it certainly didn't help our ability to get to 1 billion. But, that's another live and learn situation there, right? I think I mentioned this in the last episode briefly. I'll mention it again in case you're new. My initial goal was I didn't think the FS25 was coming out this year. I thought it was going to be an FS26. So I thought we were going to have another year, which, in my eyes, I was like, oh, we'll have plenty of time. We can run it for like once a week, and then later on, once we end up in some of the other series, we can add more to this one. But certainly was not the case. I was wrong. But oh well. Like I said, still had fun, and that's all that matters. Looks like there's a bit in here that I didn't spray. That's weird. I thought I sprayed this. Maybe I had a worker doing it, and I thought the worker did it, and they missed a portion of it. That might have been what it was. Whoops. Oh well. Now, we did have some cotton left over in this harvester, as you can tell, because there's no way we'd be at 73% right now without it. I think it was like 40-ish%, something like that. So we'll have another bale to drop off. Again, we put down a third grandma's knitwear in the last episode, and they still have tons and tons of cotton to chew through, so we might have to put down a fourth one here. We'll have to just see how things go, I guess. But I mean, we're so close to the end. I really necessarily wasn't wanting to put down another one. I guess I could just sell the cotton bale outright, but I don't know. It just seems like that's a waste. It seems like clothes is the way to go. Okay, so that's moving on. So let's, actually, we need to put some more potatoes in this. I think they're out of potatoes, so we need to make sure we're loading up the potatoes in the BGA. Where are you, potatoes? Oh, there's straw in there, too. Oh, boy. We gotta get that straw out, too. Forgot about that. I went completely the wrong way, evidently, for potatoes. Anyway, we need to make sure we load up the potatoes in the BGA here, because that's easy money. We did that big harvest of that potato field, and we want to make sure we're using our money's worth, or getting our money's worth, I should say. If we have to sell what's remaining, we have to sell what's remaining. There's nothing we can do about it, but... Okay, so it's taking a bunch. Good. That's a good thing. Well, if I could back up... Oh, boy, now I've done it. Alright, now I've done it. Now I got it stuck. Hold on a second here. Looking like an idiot, Z. There you go. Okay. We also, I think, have to mow the grass field. I think it needs to be mowed one more time. Which we'll probably put a worker on doing that. Probably with this tractor, to be honest with you. Okay, so we'll keep that going. Here we go. Let's just jump out of this. We can jump in here this way. And if you look in here into the barn, let me get a little closer so you can actually see. Very empty. There's pretty much nothing in there but our fertilizer spreader. I've got everything else at the shop, like I said. So once we get to that point, we will jump there and sell all that stuff too. So that'll be coming here very soon. I should be able to just drive over this field, which is why I didn't, I guess, unfold the header here, right? Because I should be able to just drive across this right now. Because we drilled it in the last episode. And then I should be able to drive across this one over here too. So just makes it a lot easier. I don't have to spend much time unfolding and making sure I'm not running into stuff while I've got this being pulled from behind the harvester. Just drive right across. It's not harming anything. I hope I put the worker on auto drop. I guess we'll find out. I guess it'll pop up if it says it's full or whatever. Alright, let's get underway here. Now this field, with the width that we've got rolling here, it won't take us too long to do this. It really won't. This will be a pretty quick and easy harvest here, but let's get this done. And then we can sell... No, we can't sell this field, but let's get this done. We can put all the soybeans in the storage and everything else. So I'm still having issues with OBS, clearly. I thought that was recording the whole time. It has not been recording, but so we won't throw a time-lapse in at this point, but we're moving along nicely. As you can see, we've got a good chunk of the field done here, another pass or two, and we're done. But, yeah, I'm going to have to keep my eye on that a little bit closer than what I had been. I don't know what's going on with that. I reset. I made sure there's no updates, so I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of issue with OBS right now. I did update to the latest OBS the other day, and that may be part of the problem. I don't know. But I'll try to keep my eye on it a little bit better here moving forward. So I apologize for that if you were... I don't know if anybody looks forward to time lapses specifically, but if you were looking forward to the time lapse, I apologize. So yeah, this pass here will come back up here. There's a tiny little section in that corner there that I think I missed when I did a turn. I thought I was close enough for the turn to hit, and I don't think I did. So we'll make sure we capture that tiny a bit as well. Now, realistically, I would normally bring a trailer over here with the tractor and unload it, but might as well just leave it in the harvester, bring it back, and then unload it to the trailer from there. There's no reason for me to, you know, spend the time of having a trailer come all the way over here and then have to bring the harvester all the way back over there anyway. It can store it, so why not just, you know, just take it with the harvester and then unload it from there. More trips, take more time. Doesn't make any sense to me. Get out of the way, birds. Quit eating my soybeans, huh? Quit eating my soybeans. There's a lot of soybeans here, man. 57,000 right now. About to be 60,000 liters of soybeans. That's a lot of soybeans. Now we're going to hit just over 60, probably 61,000 liters of soybeans. Almost 62. Almost. This little bit that I missed is not going to get us to 62, so just under 62,000 liters of soybeans off that field. I feel like that's a pretty good harvest right there. All right, there it is. We got the bit that I was missing. 61,918 liters of soybeans. Feel like that is pretty good. That's a pretty good harvest there. So let me get this back to the farm here. The worker's still moving, so if nothing else, at least they're not full yet, so that's good. We'll continue on here. I will get this unloaded into the trailer, and then we'll drop it into the silo, and then we're probably going to jump and sell all of the equipment that we have laying around. 9 o'clock just hit. Did it auto-sell? It doesn't seem like it did to me. So here you go. Hot pellets are 11,495, so they're dropping. They may not have sold. They did sell. It just doesn't look like they sold. I guess we did. We went up to 14,335, so I guess they did sell. Because we weren't at 14 million. We were just under it, right? So we made $400,000-ish off the hop pellets, which, to be fair, I mean, we've only had the hops for a couple of episodes, right? We've only had it for like a month and a half, right? So, it really hasn't been that much time to make a whole lot of money off of that. Really, our big money maker is going to come from those close in May, which is why we're probably going to jump to May. I don't think any other field will be ready to harvest in May, but even if they are, we don't have withering on, so we can, skip. But that's kind of my goal here, is at the end of the episode, we jump to May and then sell the close. He did drop out of bale, so that's good. And then sell the close and make some good money, because there's a lot of clothes. We have a lot of clothes, gang. A quick save here. I'll show you as much as I can. At least I'll show you. There is a lot of clothes. So this one obviously doesn't have that much. We literally just put it down, and then last episode we'll put one of those cotton bales into this one to help it out. This one still has 32,000 liters of cotton in there. That one's also new. So all they're getting right now, these two that are new, all they're getting are, well, I guess that one isn't that new. It's just taking a while to chew through 32,000 liters. Weird. Why is it taking so long to go through that? Anyway, I guess there's not as much as I thought there was. Well, actually there is. I'm sorry, there is, because this one is not, this one is right here. It's not fully storing inside the storage. It's just now storing some inside of the storage. It can still spawn some outside. Remember, it spawns like 8 pallets or something outside. It's a lot. How's the spinnery doing? It still has plenty of cotton in there. I'm not putting any more cotton in there, and it continues to get cotton from the open air greenhouse. This one has 38,319 liters storing of products in it. So there's a lot, is what I'm trying to get at. There is a lot. I think I'm actually going to leave the harvester right here, gang. Yeah, there's room over there to drive through if we want to. I think I'm going to leave it right here, because we're going to need it again anyway, so might as well just leave it there. Where is my McCormick? I have the John Deere down at the shop with all the other equipment that I took down there. So we're using the McCormick pretty heavily. I'm probably going to sell the John Deere too. When we sell all that equipment, I'm probably going to sell the John Deere. It's getting up there in age. It's costing us a lot of money to continue to restore it, so I think we're going to sell that one. We don't really need it anymore because we're not drilling fields or anything, and that was the main reason we needed it, was for the fields. Because the drills required a certain number of horsepower, right? So that was the real reason. All right, it's full. There should be enough room for me to drive through here. I think I left enough room. I did. So this is just going to go into the silo like I mentioned. Just back this up. We're just going to leave this right here. We're not going to be putting anything else in the compost area. We've got plenty of compost in there, so there's no reason to. But we're going to leave the hot pellets on auto selling right now, because they are going to make some more, and the price is going to be decent here for the next couple of months anyway. So there's absolutely no reason not to sell it. Okay, So let's leave this here right now. Let's go sell stuff like I said we were going to do. So let me find, here it is. Look, I've made a mess down here. I've made a big old mess. I was going a little too fast when I came in here, and I rammed into this, and that sent that thing up there flying. So I don't know how much of this was actually going to get on here that we can sell, but we're going to try to get rid of all of it. All right, that brings us to $14,675,419. That's a good amount of money here, gang. Things are going well. Things are going well. Still a lot to do, but things are going well. So I'm going to unhook that for now. We're going to head over here. I'm going to hook up the mower to this. I'm going to have the worker do the mowing on this one. Because, again, we're not worried about that too much. We'll have the worker do the mowing and move on from there. What we're going to do at that point, when that's done, we're going to take the rest of the straw out of our silo, because remember we had a bunch of straw in that silo. We'll probably put a little bit in the BGA, if it accepts it all, great. If it doesn't, the rest of it we'll put into that silage silo, where it can turn the straw into silage. But yeah, this definitely needs to be mowed, so we'll mow this. We'll have the worker mow it. They're not going to do a perfect job, we already know that, and that's fine. I did load up more grass for the sheep. I don't know how they're doing on water, though. Not much water left, honestly. You probably need to get some water down here, too, but we can work on that. Okay, can you please, please? Thank you. So we're going to do a headland pass. Well, it's not even a headland pass. I guess an end pass here. 2 of them probably. And then we'll set the worker off doing their thing here. They're probably going to still leave bits of it, but it'll be close enough, hopefully. All right. And off you go, worker. All right, off they go. Perfect. Okay, so that's good. So we want to, well, we can unload this a little bit if there's any, not much can be accepted there. So a lot of that's probably going to go into our silage maker as well. I'm going to unhook this. We're going to head back here and pick up one of those bales of cotton. We'll drop it in the new knitwear. And then I can show you what I'm talking about how many pallets of clothes we have sitting outside. It's going to be, we're going to make so much damn money. We probably should also look into, I said this in the last episode, I think. Did I? I think I did. We should look into probably getting a kind of a actually buying something, which we haven't done that in a while, but buying something to put some pallets on. Help us, save us a little bit of time. Use the skid steer, put them on top, some kind of a low loader. Maybe we even try utilizing this bale loading trailer for the cotton. I don't know if it'll work or not. We could attempt it. We might. I think we didn't we do this back early on in this series. Didn't we do this? I think we did. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to try it again. Maybe if you've been watching for a long time and you recall it, let me know down below in the comments. I think we did do it. I think we did. I'm almost positive about that. Well, this trailer's nice. I mean, it only holds one, but it's so easy. You just back up to it, it rolls it up on top, and you're good to go. Left that trailer in the worst spot, didn't I? Normally do. Now, just gloss over, like in the last episode we talked about dropping this. Just gloss over the big drop there, and there ain't nothing there. Don't worry about it. I don't want to spend the money because we're so close to the end of the series. I don't want to spend the money on that. Doesn't make any sense to me. You gonna accept it? Thank you. So here you go. See, tons of pallets here. And the reason why that other one still only had so amount in there, because it still has room for one more pallet to spawn here, right? So there's your thing. That's why this one already has a bunch in it too. So they're chugging through, man. They're chugging through it. Next month is going to be huge for us. All right, so the only thing remaining left to do here in April, at this point, is to finish up the cotton harvest and then finish up the mowing and pick up all the grass off the ground. So not a ton left to do here. So now I'm going to probably take over for the cotton harvester here, and we're going to get going on harvesting the rest of this field. We're going to get this done. And we'll see where we're at after that, and probably jump to May more than likely once we get that grass up. I think we're going to, because if not, we're going to be skipping May, and then we're not going to make all that money off the close, and we really, really want to make the money off the close. So, let me jump in here, take over for this worker, and let's get this thing done, huh? Sorry, gang. I made a mistake here. Completely forgot to do the second fertilized application of this field here. So I apologize. And I know it was in the menu a couple of times as well, which I really don't like to and don't want to do during a time lapse. So I apologize for all of that. But I had to get some things accomplished and some things done really quick and move some things around. So I apologize. But we're nearly done here with the cotton field. As you can see, the worker's almost done. We put the worker back on it a couple of times. And we're nearly done with this field for the second application. So that's good. And the worker got finished mowing the grass over there as well, so we just have to go over there and pick all of that up into our loading wagon that we already have over there with the tractor that we already have over there, so we don't even have to move the New Holland over there. So that's also good. So yeah, things are going well. We've just got to accomplish a few more things, and we can jump to May and then sell all of those clothes, and that will be a big money maker, a absolute monster money maker. And we're going to have a bunch more, right? So we may, you know, it may be a while before they chew through all of that. Now, realistically, what I'm going to do to try to help accomplish that goal is maybe in May. I don't know yet. Probably in May, actually, now that I think about it. We'll probably get rid of the open-air greenhouse, even though that is, well, let me rephrase that. We won't get rid of the open-air greenhouse. We will just change it from distributing so it doesn't constantly keep pumping up Grandma's knitwears with more clothes, they can't chew through it, or more cotton, excuse me, so they can't chew through it, and instead just put it on selling. And we'll probably move a few of the things around, right? We'll probably change whatever it is that we're making there and just have them making something that makes us a little bit more money and then just put it onto auto selling. That's kind of where I'm thinking we're going to go with it. So now I had thought I'd be able to unload this solid fertilizer back into our dryer, our digestate dryer, but it seems like I can't do that. So that's a bit unfortunate. I don't think that these can be sold at the Sell Everything container, but I'm going to attempt it. I just don't think it'll work. But we'll try it. And this field's done. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. And that worker only has a few more passes here, and that cotton field's done. So pretty solid. So let me go unload this, and then again, I will take it over to the our maintenance shed there. It probably might need $1 repair since we used it again, but after that, I'm just going to drop it off there, and then I can take it back down to the shop at some point, probably between now and the next episode, or maybe we do it in this episode. Who knows? We'll figure that out as we move along here. All right, perfect. All right, we're underway here, getting the grass done. This is not going to take long at all to get this accomplished here, gang. We'll put most of this, like I said, in that silo, the silage silo, to make us some silage so we can make a little bit more money. We'll keep a tiny bit, I mean a very, very tiny bit, even less than what we had in here for the sheep, because we don't have much time left, right? We're going to skip a couple of months here, but other than that, we don't have a whole lot of time, so we really won't need that much grass for the sheep, honestly. So I'm going to go all the way through here to the end. There we go. And obviously the worker missed that little bit. That's always the little bits that the worker always misses, and that's because of those silos and that little shed there, right? It doesn't like those. It won't go to the end. But that's okay. Now this thing is, I really should have a more powerful tractor utilizing this front windrower, but it works. It just takes it a little while to get up to speed, so a little slow at the beginning. Actually going to flip, if I can do it really quick, and get this out of the way, because it is going to be in the way. Yeah, the worker's nearly done. Yes, I know, I don't have access. I know. I'll do one more here just to make it easier for me to turn around up here. We're probably going to do the same thing down there as well once we get down there. All right, 11 o'clock just hit. We just made a little bit more money. Not a ton, but a little bit more. 14,750,000 now. Not bad at all. Alright, we're pretty much done here, gang. Just this little tiny bit here. There is a tiny little bit that kind of got over into that field. I'm going to try to get it out. I should be able to do it with the windrower. The windrower can go over on that edge. As long as I'm still in my field, it'll pull it over here. So it should be able to get that bit out of there. And then we're going to take this directly over to the... there's a little bit right here, too. We're going to take that directly over to the silo. Here it is. You can see it from here. Decent amount. I mean, it's not going to be game-changing, but it is a decent amount, so we'll take it. Yeah, a couple liters. All right. I'm actually going to leave this, well, if I can, it's kind of glitching here. I'm kind of stuck into something, evidently. It thinks I'm stuck somewhere. There it goes. I was a little concerned there for a second, but I'm just going to leave this right here for now. We probably aren't going to need this again. Actually, you know what? Let's bring it over here. Scratch that. I'm going to bring it over there because we can fix it up, and then that way I can bring it back down to the shop because we're not going to mow that grass again. That was the final cut. Okay, so I think the worker has finished doing... man, I've just got I'm leaving a mess here. I'm just making a mess of implements or toys here, right? It's fine. Well, it'll be alright. This is how it works when we're at the end of a series, right? We get stuff just kind of laying around everywhere. So, like I said, I'm going to put a good chunk, almost all of it, into the silo here. That one is going to be in the way, so we are going to have to move that. I'd love to say we could get rid of one of these as well, but we really can't because I don't... Well, I need to look. I don't know if we have any more... I think we do. If we have any more fields that are going to drop straw. Because if they do, we're going to need that for the straw, right? But I'm pretty sure we do have at least one field that is going to do that. I think. I could be wrong, though. I'll have to look. If that's the case, we won't need it anymore, so we can get rid of one of these, too. Oh, well, I guess I got rid of all of it. Oh, well. I was trying to get down to about 2%. I should have just kept the 3% and moved on. Whoops. I guess we can get rid of one of these now, then, at that point. My mistake. So I think what we're going to do, normally I just drive these down here, but to save ourselves some time, I think I'm just going to actually reset these all. I mean, I'll fix them up, but I'll reset them all. I think we can get rid of the Vulture now at this point as well. I don't think we need 3 tractors anymore. So let's get rid of... I'm gonna send all of those down there. All 3 of those and plus the tractor. Oh, I already had it on. Whoops. My bad. We got tons of eggs to sell. We got a lot of pallet things to sell. Lots. Lots and lots and lots. Alright, so if I do that, I just have to go in here, right? And then select them, reset it. Alright, we want to keep that trailer, so... Good. Alright, let's go see if there is another... I don't think there's going to be another bale. I would highly doubt it. There's a tiny bit here missed. I'll touch this up really quick. Yeah, there's not another bale. And since we do have this field over here still to harvest, I'm not even going to worry about unloading this bale. We'll just leave it as is. There's plenty. They all have plenty of cotton in them now. So it's not really a big deal. But we are going to jump from now until April. From April until May. We are going to jump to May now, and we're going to sell the clothes. It's going to make us a lot of money. And we should get a good amount of money overnight as well from all the other productions we have that are selling stuff actively right now. So, one thing I do want to do before we do it, though, I know we have a few things that have tons and tons of stuff in them that could be utilized better if they were just all auto-selling right now. Just sell everything. I don't know if we're going to get anything else out of that, but some of this stuff in here, like we have tons and tons of storage, all this, sell all this, because we have plenty of it. We don't need all of that. We have so many eggs too. Gosh, we have so many eggs. This should be all in selling, right? Well, I don't think we have any maize coming in, so that's not a problem, but... we want to turn these now. This is the thing. We want to turn off the cotton on this one. And I think, honestly, we're going to turn on all kinds of stuff here. We're going to turn everything on and make as much as we can here. Actually, just leave it all on. Let's turn it all on and then make it all selling. Just turn it all on selling. There's some manure in here, too. I have to actually go over there and get the manure out. Okay. I'm going to figure out something to get rid of that 63,000 liters of manure. I would love to... Well, it's incoming material, so maybe not. I must have the manure... Do I have the manure on distributing? That's what it is. It's coming from our... It's coming from this. That's what it is. That's not where I want it to go. And it is going there. That's unfortunate. You know what? Let's put it on storing. Put it on storing. I have to put seeds in there, and then I would make a ton more if I put seeds in there. I'm not worried about it. Okay. I just want to make sure we have all of this, you know, doing what we should be doing here. If we put this on selling for right now, and then turn it back to distributing, once 12 o'clock hits, let's speed up time here. That way we can fix all of this. Yeah, we just made a ton of money. Okay, distributing. Good. Alright, good. So we're almost to 15 million now. This is good. I'm gonna put this away, we'll jump to May, and it's time to sell some pallets, gang. Alright, so I lied to you a little bit. It actually is better to sell them right now. And the farm shop's going up slightly. The other ones are going down, including our sell everything container. We're just going to sell them all outright right now. That way we don't have to skip a month. We can just completely miss May altogether and then just kind of jump until everything's ready to harvest for the final episode here. So we're going to sell everything. Selling... And all these pallets on the outside, we're going to have to do it manually, right? So we're going to try to put them on this, I don't know what you call it, the bale, the cotton bale trailer, I guess is what we call it. We're going to try it, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 38,000 liters there, though. That's going to make us good money. That's going to be good money. All right, so can I pick these up by hand? Yes, I can. So let me get all these stacked up here. We're going to try it. I mean, they might slide off. I think they had in the past. I think that was the problem we ran into. But if I'm careful about it, it'll save me time, and we'll go with it. Okay, we got them all on there. I caused a bit of a traffic jam. It took me a while. As you can see, the traffic is still piling up. But they're all on here, so I just need to be very careful, and hopefully they don't fall off. We're a minute away. You're going to see a big jump here in money. Hopefully. I'm hoping it's more than we're both expecting, right? I probably won't be, but I'm hoping. 16 million. So that's a pretty decent jump. Not really enough to get us anywhere in the realm of 100 million, but it was a big jump nonetheless. So now, well, okay, let me just talk about this for a second. So I had originally put them in there. They were all nice and neat and stacked up, and then I looked and saw the traffic. I'm like, I better hurry up. The traffic's coming. We're getting 30,000 per bale here, or pallet here, rather, not bale. Come on. I know this isn't the best material here, watching me pick up bales and drop them here. It's probably a little nauseating, but at least we're not in a time lapse doing this. That would be worse. Alright, I'm going to make this easier on myself. I'm going to turn around here. We're going to get to probably about 17 million from these clothes here. Not as much as I was expecting, but it's, I mean, that's in the real world. Like, if we're really playing the game and we're not trying to, you know, make it to a certain amount, and it's earlier on, man, that's a ton of money. Right? That's a ton of money. Come on. Come on. There you go. All right, we got up to $16,875,073. Exactly. It's not going to let me pick that up. Kind of expected that since I unloaded those. And they're heavy. I don't think we're going to be able to sell these, but let's just give it a shot. I probably could just go in the menu and figure it out, but let's just, since we already have the skid steer here, let's give it a shot and see if we can. Now, I do have all of those productions on auto selling, so we will make some more money overnight, and probably the next episode, when you see the next episode, it's going to be probably a lot more, honestly, because we're going to be skipping a number of months, right? The last episode, we're basically going to be harvesting everything that's remaining and selling everything that's remaining. Yeah, it's not accepted them. So this is a waste of solid fertilizer here. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. What are you going to do, right? So to end off this episode, what we're going to do is, here we go. We're going to sell all this stuff that I reset back here. And this should get us over the 17 million mark easy. Easy. Alright, here we go. Maybe if I can find the trigger. Where's the trigger at? There it is. Repaint, sell. $17,130,000. There is one other thing we're going to sell, and it's this shed here. I kind of forgot about this shed. We want to sell it. We don't need it anymore. Oop, go to the right thing there, Z. Come on, buddy. 17,135,560, and that is how we are going to leave this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. It's free and helps me out an absolute ton. There's more videos in the corners if you'd like to check those out. And until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.